Hi, guys, welcome to Jump. I'm so glad that you're still coming back now that you all are home. I'm wondering how many craft projects and cleaning up and organize you guys are doing. I've been thinking about you guys, and I wanted to just stop by to really record this moment in history. And for this episode here, what I'm doing is I'm bringing different type of people, different type of entrepreneurs and business leaders to share with you what they are learning through the season of the stay at home season, the season where you're stuck at home without being able to do much. So, but I wanted to, before we go ahead and play all this amazing voice message, I wanted to just read this to you, okay? And this is for your heart. I declare, people, that you're not just going to survive this coronavirus pandemic, but you will be okay. You will prosper despite every difficult that may come in your way. I know every setback is set up for comeback. You're not giving up on your dreams or settle. I know that you are going to make it.
Jump, you're ready now. Jump, the sky's the limit. Jump, jump, jump. Leave it all behind and jump. Just go for it. Jump, if you can dream it. Jump, jump, jump. Together we can do all things.
This is Julia Farino. In answer to that question, what am I learning during this coronavirus season? Is I am learning the power of rest. Just seeing how fast-paced things have been going, that there's certain things that even around the house and things that I've wanted to get done and I've had an opportunity to do, and I didn't realize how much peace it's brought to my heart, just getting the house in order, getting relationships in order, just slowing down long enough to really realize what matters to our lives and our hearts.
So we have to reinvent ourselves and try to survive in a way that we can diminish the costs and stretch the finances in order to make sure that we can survive. But even though it may be hard, I know that God is with us and we have to put our trust in Him.
Is Jason Farino. Just wanted to share some of the things that I've learned through this time with the coronavirus, and what really has been important to me is just this idea of family and just being connected as a family, just our immediate family, and just maybe even into an extended family, and just the community of people around us. But just really focusing on family and simplifying what matters in our home, and just with our children, with my marriage, um, with our relationships, and just understanding that what is valuable is actually those that are closest to us, and really looking at more developing deeper relationships and something that will last not just in our generation, but for generations to come.
This is Simone Severo with Simone Vision Photography. I just wanted to let you know that in this season where most people are learning how to communicate in a different way, I decided to start a gratitude journal and meditation on March 1st. And I have been doing that every day. And it is pretty amazing the way it changes my mood and it put me in a completely different place than watching news and doomsday. I definitely would recommend that as my tip to how to feel mentally fit for this season of absolutely unknown and unexpected. I hope this is something that can help anybody there. And hopefully you have a lovely and blessed day. Thank you.
Trying to think of the things that I've learned with and during this coronavirus outbreak. I think 2020 is going to be a year that a lot of us are going to remember for a very long time. And I think the one thing that I've learned the most is I wasn't as prepared as I thought I was going to be. And I need to be. because you really never know what's going to happen next.
The last 2 weeks with the breakout of COVID-19 sent everyone on a roller coaster ride. However, small business owners were hit from all sides. As we're starting to see some hope and the light at the end of the tunnel, I think what I really learned is to stop and breathe, to focus on the moment, and to trust that God, the universe, whatever your term is, has our back.
Hey, this is Pam with From the Heart Art, and through this pandemic that we're going through right now, I'm learning that I could take a lot for granted. I create inspirational art designs, and so it's a test. Do I really believe what I say? Do I believe what I paint? Do I believe what I try and encourage other people with? I'm being tested by that, and it's uncomfortable. I've been anxious at many times, but I think it's a good thing, and I believe that good is going to come from it. I think it might get harder before it gets better, but I think I'm going to be better for it because that's what I want. I don't want this time to be wasted. I want to learn whatever it is God has for me to learn through this, and even if it's just that I take too much for granted. So,
Cherish Fleeter here. One thing I think as creatives, I've just seen such a beautiful outpouring online of giving hearts, using art in the community to beautify, whether it's music or using sidewalk chalk and creating beautiful things in our driveway. There's a lot of things that we can do right now. I would encourage you to think about what is the greatest need that you can meet right now, and what is the smallest need that you can meet right now. We each have a unique set of skills and abilities and resources, and this is not the time to compare ourselves with other people. It's been absolutely gorgeous to see how others have been able to step up and give generously through financial means or through their time and energy or resources. But we all have different sets of resources and skills and abilities. So right now, what we need to do is look within ourselves, look at what God has given us, and see how we can use our resources to create a better world for the people around us.
My husband and I have been pastoring for 30 years. Of course, we have never experienced anything like this in the crazy learning curve that we're going through right now. And it's only been a couple of weeks, but we've really learned that that little saying that we would always say is, church is more than just a building. Church is a body of believers. Well, we're really finding that out now that not only is true, but it's got to be true in this time because we're not able to physically be with our church families. So we're really having to stretch and not rely on these Sunday services anymore. We are doing live services. We've always live streamed for the last few years, but it's a little bit different now. So we're learning how to really connect outside of the four walls. We connect with people outside the four walls. Like if they're sick and in the hospital, we'll call and pray with them or we'll go visit them in the hospital, but that's not possible right now. We're actually having to make, like, if you want to call it, cold calls to people and check on them. And the church family is loving this personal touch. Actually, it's been really amazing to talk with people. Like I was chatting with one of our younger moms, and I had no idea she worked in a grocery store. So you can imagine she lived or was working in a crazy place. She said it was madness right now, but I didn't know that about her. So this has been really amazing to be able to connect on a totally personal and individual level with people in our church. But it's also a little bit hard because we're not used to doing that to such a degree as we are right now.
Something I've learned during this season is the need to manage stress levels. As business owners, we want to just jump in a time of crisis and really show our grit and just really dig in and work through all of the challenges. And what we really need to do is allow ourselves the opportunity to take more breaks, take some deep breaths, go on a walk, call a friend, whatever helps with stress levels. It's important that we take the time and give ourselves the opportunity more often than we normally would to help manage those stress levels.
Hi, this is Kelly Abanda, and I have been learning so much in this season of uncertainty and unknown. But as an entrepreneur, one of the biggest things is that I have learned I need to trust my intuition. My intuition told me that I should do some shifts to serve people in this season. I wasn't sure I should listen because I'm like, what about all this work I've been doing? What about all my focus before? But it leads me to point number 2, which is you have to be willing to pivot. You may in your business find that right now is the time for you to pivot into something new. Trust your intuition and do it. I am so inspired seeing all that's happening with other entrepreneurs because we are the ones who are going to help other people recognize that there is a way forward. We know how to deal with adversity. We know how to get through tough times. So listen to your gut and be willing to pivot. We can do this. Keep inspiring people, creating things, serving people well. It's such an inspiration. Go entrepreneur.
So, the things that I'm learning in this season of staying home is that these unprecedented times can be a gift if you'll let them be. To take that online class, to tackle that business to-do list that you've had for years, to teach yourself new things that will make your business better than it ever has been. It can be a real gift of being forced to focus on these things you've been meaning to do, and a gift to give you the time to be able to finally do those things. And once you start, there's such a feeling of relief that this is finally getting done and that you're doing something so great for yourself and your business.
So yes, being a business, a small business, during this season, stay-at-home orders, COVID-19 pandemic, there are a lot of changes for many of us outside of our work. For me, things pretty much have stayed the same. I work from home anyway. But responding to the needs of people are afraid, people are uncertain, and using your business as a way to keep people connected to their dreams and their purpose, I think is something we can add value to. We're going to have to be creative in this time, using social media and virtual technology to stay connected to people. So I encourage you to consider doing 15, 30-minute free consultations, doing a class online, offering yourself up so that people can feel like they are human again and being able to connect to their dreams.
All right, guys. So, what do you think about this? Isn't that incredible? I am so beyond blessed to have all these amazing people part of my life. So, recap. Let's do a little highlights here. The power of rest with Julie. Jules, thank you. You're right. We need that. Then we have Marcio Teixeira. He's the owner of Fidelity Vacation Homes in Orlando, and he talks about reinventing ourselves. So true. Thank you, Marcio. Then we have Jason Farina talking about connecting with family, community, simplicity. Simplicity is what matters. I agree. I have learned so much about this season. And then we have amazing Simone talking about the gratitude journal. It's something I used to do and I need to go back and doing. That's great. Then Joshua, my awesome husband's talking about being prepared for things, not spend all the money you have, being prepared for things is. And then we have Starla. She's the owner of a paint sip studio here in Denver and Colorado Springs, which is called Painting with a Twist. And she was able to talk with us about stop and, take a break, focus on the moment, And I love when she said that, that God has our back. I agree, Starla. Thank you so much. Then we have Pam. Pam saying, let's not take it for granted, everything that we have. Thank you, Pam. This is definitely a good reminder of us for us. Then we have Cherish. Cherish said something about like, hey, let's create this world, a better world for people. Let's use our resources to bless others. Then we have Jackie saying, hey, let's connect with others in a different people. Let's check with other people. Let's check with people. I love that she's making cold calls and saying hi. I love that, Jackie. That's incredible. Then we have the amazing Sarah. Sarah is the owner of Christian Brothers Automotive, and she has 2 locations here in Parker. And she reminds us about how to manage your stress levels, which was so great, Sarah, to remind us like, hey, go ahead and take breaks. I need more of that, Sarah. Thank you so much. So, and then I kept my friend Kelly Abanda. She's amazing. Kelly talk about pivot and something new. And I agree. I have been doing online classes, and that's something new for me to jump into doing this. But I just needed to be part of this moment, right? So Bernadette, my friend Bernadette, she is the owner of Old House Vintage Market. She has many different I think many different ways of just blessing people. She has a makers page, and I love you, Bernadette. And you talking about this time can be a gift. That really spoke to me, and I 100% agree. This time can definitely be a gift. And this is how we see and how we can confront with that. And to end, I had my friend Jovan Boulder, a coach in writing. She's amazing. She says, be creative, stay connected, and do a class online. And this is the time. Again, a lot of our leaders are saying, hey, go do things, go use this time, go create something at this time. And I agree, guys. I agree with all these incredible people. Take your time to rest, give yourself a break. Don't take for granted, but go create something that you always wanted to create. I did a Facebook Live yesterday and I said something about don't wait for somebody to see the gift in you, just do it. And I wanted to encourage you. Doesn't matter where you are. I know that we have listeners in Australia and South Africa. I see you guys. We have listeners all around the United States, in Canada, and even in Brazil. But whatever place you are right now, you're confronting with this battle. You're confronting with this decision. And remember, you're building history. And this is your time to build your history. People are going to read in the book what happened. Build your chapter, this amazing chapter. Thank you guys for being here and have a great week. I can't wait to share my next interview. You guys not going to believe it. It's so good. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.
Drop your